There are some words we use every single day. We just don't give them a second thought. But what if those words have like a secret life, a whole hidden story? Well, today we're going to put one of the most common ones right under the microscope, the word price. All right, so our investigation kicks off with this really fascinating clue. It's from the Simple English Wiktionary, and it says the word price is on something called the Basic English 850 list. Now, that might not sound like much, right? But trust me, as we're about to find out, this is a huge deal.
So that immediately begs the question, right? What is this list? Why that specific number, 850? And what on earth does that tell us about a word we use for literally everything, from groceries to stocks? To solve this mystery, we've got to play detective. We need to dissect the word itself.
Okay, first things first, let's break down the anatomy of price. If we want to get why it's so important, we have to look at its most fundamental parts, how we say it, and what it actually does when we use it in a sentence.
Any good word investigation has to start with the sound. It's the most basic way we even connect with it. So, how do we say price? I know, it seems super simple, but for linguists, they have these really precise ways of writing that sound down.
So what you're seeing here, all these different systems, NPR, IPA, SAMPA, they look kind of complicated, right? But they're all just different ways for linguists to write down the exact same sound, that single, crisp sound, price. It doesn't matter if you've got a US accent, a UK accent, whatever, that core sound is what we all recognize instantly. Okay, so we've got the sound locked down, but a word's real power, its superpower, comes from what it can do. And price is so incredibly useful because it's a bit of a shapeshifter. It can play two totally different roles in our language. It can be an idea, like a thing, or it can be an action. So first up, and this is the one we use all the time, price is a noun. It's the concept itself, right? The actual amount of money, that number you see on the tag. It's basically the answer to the question we ask constantly, how much? And this example just nails it. The price of this book is $10. See? Price is the main thing we're talking about in the sentence. It's a specific thing, that $10 value. It's concrete, it's solid info.
Okay, so let's put them side by side. On one hand, you've got the noun, the idea of the price. But on the other, you've got the verb, the action. When you price something, you're actively setting that amount. It's what a shop owner does. And this flexibility, this ability to be both the concept and the action of creating that concept, that's a big part of what makes this word so darn essential.
All right, we've analyzed our evidence, we know how price sounds, and we know it's two big jobs as a noun and a verb. So now we can finally go back to that first clue and crack this mystery of the Basic English 850 list. This number, 850, it's not just some random number pulled out of a hat. It represents something incredibly important, a carefully chosen core. It's like the foundation for an entire language. So you have to ask, what could be so important that it makes it into a club this exclusive? And here it is, the big reveal. Basic English is this stripped-down, simplified version of the language. It was created with just 850 words. The ones that were thought to be enough to get by in day-to-day life. So for price to make that list, wow. That means it's considered absolutely, fundamentally essential for just communicating in the English-speaking world. So let's really let that sink in. Getting on this list means price isn't just some word you use when you're shopping. No way. It's a foundational concept, just as essential as words like family, or food, or left and right. It's a core building block we use to talk about value, about exchange, about how our society works. And yeah, as the source material points out, it's directly wired into that huge, universal idea of money.
This whole deep dive really shows us something profound, doesn't it? The most powerful parts of our language, they aren't always the big, complicated $10 words. The real power is right there in the basics.
So what's the big takeaway here? Well, price is so much more than a tag on a shirt. It's a critical tool in our linguistic toolkit. Think about it. It's one of only 850 core ideas that we need to build our entire picture of the world and just talk to each other. Realizing that reminds you that there's this incredible, kind of hidden structure just humming away beneath the surface of the words we use every single day. So that leaves me with a question for you. If a seemingly simple word like price is this essential, what other foundational words are out there? What other basic words are we all using every single day without ever stopping to think about their true importance? What basic word are you going to look at differently now?